Hey, welcome to a fresh new episode of the TD News Show and a happy Friday to everybody. This is my favorite day of the week and today's episode is gonna be a long one, so enough for the talking. And now let's start the show with Nvidia, specifically with one of their board partners, which is Galax. Recently, Galax had a internal meeting, and someone in that meeting took a picture of their upcoming GPU roadmap and leaked it to the internet. And we can clearly see a GeForce RTX 3060 listed on the roadmap, a model code named PG142SQ0, which could be the 3070 Ti, and also we got another listing which is GeForce RTX 3080 but with 20 gigabytes of VRAM. And I was saying the same thing from like before even the launch, that we will definitely see some souped up model of a 3060, a 3070 and a 3080. Nvidia won't let those price gap to go away. But this is not the last news from Nvidia today, because there is a new picture that is surfacing around the internet which has been shared by Moore's Law is dead, and this is the picture of the Quadro RTX. We haven't got any more information about these new Quadro RTX card, but Nvidia are definitely working on it, and when more news comes out I will be updating you guys with that stuff, so definitely don't forget to subscribe. Now enough with Nvidia, now let's talk about AMD. Give some love to AMD because there are some new leaks surfacing around about their next gen APUs. Yes, we recently got our this generation APU, and now we have some new leaks about their next gen APUs. As per the new details, AMD's next generation rimmed Ryzen APUs will be based on Zen 3 and RDNA 2 GPU cores, but these aren't just any Zen 3 and RDNA 2 cores. The roadmap also mentions that the chip will be based on 6nm process node and will be on the AM5 socket. And also an AMD 5700U CPU recently have been submitted to Assess of the Singularity benchmark. According to the submission, the Ryzen 7 5700U comes equipped with 8 cores and 16 thread. At first glance, the name suggests that it's the direct successor to the existing Ryzen 7 4700U. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. While the Ryzen 7 4700U indeed an octa-core chip, the chip lacks simultaneous multi-threading SMT. The Ryzen 7 4800U on other hand comes with an 8-core 16 thread design. Therefore, Ryzen 7 5700U is closer to Ryzen 7 4800U than Ryzen 7 4700U. Now this was a little bit confusing, but you know what is not confusing? The quick news. So this is the time for the quick news, so let's talk about the quick news. Amazon launches Luna cloud gaming service. RTX 3080 users report crashes to desktop while gaming. Custom RTX 3090 graphics card to cost up to 1800 USD. RTX 3090 isn't looking good for miners. The Galax unveils RTX 3090 gamer with Lego design. AMD launches Ryzen 3000C series for Chromebooks. Xiaomi could be preparing to launch 240Hz and 360Hz 1080p gaming monitors starting at 145. No Man's Sky update adds new planets, volcanoes and sandworms. Xbox Series X and S 1TB NVMe expansion module will cost 159 euros. Microsoft acquiring more game studios. Microsoft also preparing holographic storage solution for the cloud. Microsoft release Flight Simulator patch improving performance by 10%. Spotify is testing polls to make podcast much more interactive. Samsung launches S20 FE edition, a blend of flagship and mid-range. Triumph launch a new e-bike. Tesla suffers network outrage. The next US particle accelerator will be built on Long Island by 2031. IKEA launches Mystique Fog cryo fuel coolant for vivid RGB effect. Corsair launches CXF RGB entry-level power supply lineup. TSMC begins construction of 2nm manufacturing facility. Lenovo launches Linux-ready ThinkPad and ThinkStation PC, pre-installing Ubuntu. Now that was all for today's techie stuff. Now let's talk about the stuff I like and for the last news for today, we have Devil All the Time. Have you watched that movie? I don't know. I talked about that. Like, I think I talked about this movie in another episode that I talked about that this movie is releasing. But boy, oh boy, it was a slow burn. Like the whole movie is the premise is slow and everything. Like it's not for everybody. First and the most important thing, it is not for everybody. If you like slow burns like 2001 Space Odyssey, these types of movie, although they are not like the same genre, but I'm saying 2001 was a like very slow burn. 2001 Space Odyssey, then Blade Runner 2049, these are like very slow movies with a simple but yet so much confusing and interesting premise. The Devil All the Time is also same, a guy facing a bunch of problems and dealing with it. Tom Holland did an amazing acting job, and come on, like if you haven't watched the movie, that guy is so much talented. Like I'm just thinking, like, okay, Robert Pattinson, he is an American, and changing his normal American accent to a southern accent is going to be much more easier than a British guy changing his accent to American, not only American, a West Virginian, very deep, heavy southern accent, man. The best thing I liked about the whole movie is Tom Holland accent. Like I was like, how he is doing that, man? That's a great thing to do. And the movie was great. Like it's a story about a bunch of people and coming together, and how Tom Holland moved forward, and like how Tom Holland connects everybody's story and how it connects together. It's a pretty good movie. Give it a watch. If you liked it, it's okay, but if you don't like it, then also it's okay, because as I said, this movie is not for everybody, and this episode is also not for everybody right now, because this is ending. Yes, this is the end of this video. This is ending, and if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't, leave it a dislike. Although remember one thing, as I said, devil all the time, there is devil exists. So if you leave a dislike, there is devil. I don't know anything, but there is devil. Definitely there is. That person or that thing exists. So if you want to dislike, you do you, man. But I said my stuff. Okay. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, have you looked at this lonely subscriber button? Do you guys don't want to be with it? Come on, man. Support him. So subscribe right here. You can also do it by here. And this is Akash, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.